If anyone asks me what hot pot dish is both strange and delicious and makes people remember it every time the weather changes, I will not hesitate to answer right away. Porridge hot pot. Just hearing the name already feels something warm. But this pot is not the kind of boiling water like Thai hot pot, nor is it as spicy as kimchi hot pot. It is a gentle rustic pot, like the bowl of porridge my mother cooked in the past, when I was lying flat on the bed because of a cold. Now that bowl of porridge has been upgraded into a colorful and flavorful feast called porridge hot pot. Porridge, the soul of the hot pot. Porridge hot pot does not use regular hot pot broth. Instead, it is a pot of fragrant, thin porridge, simmered from rice, sometimes mixed with a little sticky rice for stickiness. The broth is carefully simmered from pork bones, naturally sweet, without the need for MSG or seasoning powder. Some places also add peeled green beans so that the porridge is both rich and fatty and has a rustic aroma. The porridge pot is placed on a mini gas stove, steaming and boiling. The smell of golden fried onions sprinkled on the porridge surface blends with the hot steam, rising up fragrantly. Sitting next to the pot of porridge like that, just hearing it makes you hungry. Dipping dishes, a feast of excellent offal. Honestly, porridge hot pot is a paradise for those who love offal. A tray is brought out, making even the picky father nod. Today's dish is a good choice. Heart, kidney, cartilage, young ribs, all are cleaned and cut into bite-sized pieces. The heart is bright red, the kidney is white and crispy, the cartilage is thin and has a bit of tendons, dipped in porridge and chewed. The feeling is crispy, fragrant, truly delicious to the roof. There are all kinds of pig intestines, small intestines, large intestines, stomachs, livers, all carefully prepared without any smell. The small intestines are white, the stomachs are thinly sliced, the livers are sliced into bite-sized pieces. My uncle is a gourmet, chewing and nodding continuously. His eyes lit up when I brought out his signature dish, pork heart, the soft, sweet meat near the heart, cooked just right, dipped in green pepper. One bite is enough to remember for life. Vegetables, fried dough sticks, and things that seem small but powerful. Vegetables served with them can be chrysanthemum greens, green cabbage, water spinach, sometimes with enoki mushrooms and perilla leaves. Perilla is an indispensable spice. My mother-in-law repeatedly reminded me, "Remember to buy perilla. Without this, the porridge will lose its flavor, my child." The crispy fried dough sticks are also a star. The children in the house, needless to say, just pick up the fried dough sticks and drop them into the porridge, then scoop them up and eat them continuously. The fried dough sticks soaked in hot porridge, soft and fragrant. After eating, everyone exclaimed, "Why is it so delicious?" Dipping sauce, enhancing the flavor. Without dipping sauce, the heart is half the fun lost. On the tray, my father likes salt, pepper, and lemon, a light but deep flavor. My wife likes a bowl of ginger fish sauce mixed with strong, slightly spicy, slightly strong sauce, and eaten with the heart. It is to the top. The whole family gathered around the tray. Those who like spicy food added chili sauce. Those who like mild food kept the sweet taste of the porridge. Each person has their own taste, but everyone is satisfied. Experience, eating and telling stories of life. Sitting around the steaming pot of porridge, each person picked up the heart, dipped it in porridge, and chatted animatedly. My father told a story about riding a bicycle with my mother up the hill. My mother laughed until her face turned red. The children competed to tell stories about school. The uncle nibbled on a piece of cartilage, shaking his head while eating. The current generation is so lucky. The beauty of porridge hot pot is not only in its delicious taste. It is also the atmosphere, where the whole family sits together, telling stories that are not important, but are fun to listen to. Each spoonful of porridge is a piece of memory. Each piece of heart is a precious moment. The taste of porridge hot pot, every detail, every feeling. There is something very special about porridge hot pot that not everyone notices. It is the delicate balance between the ingredients. The porridge is thin but rich in the sweet taste of stewed bones, not the kind with a strong smell of spices or spicy sauce. Every time I pick up a piece of intestine and put it in, the porridge still retains its light taste, not too heavy or overpowering the original aroma. I still clearly remember the first time my uncle personally made this dish. He was meticulous from the stage of choosing pork bones, simmering for an hour to make the broth clear and sweet, then choosing each piece of intestine, cutting it to fit the mouth, not too big or too small, so that when dipped in porridge, you can feel the right softness and crunchiness. He often said, "A delicious porridge hot pot is a family hot pot." The dish is not only to fill the stomach, but also to share, to warm the heart and soul. I heard that and found it true. Every meal he made was more special, more delicious, thanks to that care. The story of family meals, where memories are created. A porridge hot pot meal is not just about eating, but also an opportunity for the whole family to sit together and share everyday stories. My mother-in-law often tells stories about her youth when she was a teacher in the countryside. Her voice is full of memories. My father-in-law jokes, tells funny stories in the village, making the atmosphere more joyful. The children eat and tell stories about school, mischievous times, new friends, and even silly crush stories that make me laugh so hard I can't stop. Those simple stories in the cozy space around the porridge hot pot become more meaningful and memorable than ever. One day, the uncle even brought out some old photos. The whole family sat down to look at them, remembering the old days, from the simple dining table to the cold winters, and everyone's hearts felt strangely warmed. Dining culture and porridge hot pot as a family tradition. Each region has traditional dishes associated with family and relatives. And for my family, porridge hot pot is not only a dish, but also a small ritual every winter, as a way to remind each other of the connection, care, and sharing. It is not by chance that every weekend or on windy days, the whole family makes an appointment to eat porridge hot pot together. It is a habit, a small joy, but enough to bring everyone closer together, to temporarily calm down the hustle and bustle of life. Grandparents, parents, and children all know that every time there is a porridge hot pot meal, the atmosphere will be filled with laughter, with no room for fatigue or stress. Tips for enjoying porridge hot pot properly. If this is your first time eating porridge hot pot, here are a few things I want to share to fully enjoy it. Don't soak the food for too long. The organs only need to be cooked just right, keeping the soft crunchiness to have the right taste. Always have perilla leaves to balance the fatty taste of the organs and meat. Don't soak the fried dough sticks for too long, or they will be crushed. Just need to be slightly soft, keeping the chewiness to be delicious. The dipping sauce should be mixed according to the family's taste. You can add salt, pepper, lemon, ginger fish sauce, or add sada for those who like spicy. And most importantly, eat with relatives. This is indispensable. Porridge hot pot and deeper values. Not just a dish, porridge hot pot is also a symbol of attachment, affection, and care. Every time the whole family gathers around a pot of steaming porridge, that is when the stress outside is temporarily put aside. It is when people understand that, no matter how busy life is, family is still the most solid support. For me, hot pot porridge is a dish of warmth, of unforgettable memories, of laughter around the dinner table. It helps me appreciate the simple things more, the moments with my parents, my husband, my children, my uncle, the people who always accompany me in life. Porridge hot pot is not just a dish, but also an experience, an emotional journey that leaves an unforgettable aftertaste every time you enjoy it. Each spoonful of hot porridge, fragrant like a mother's arms, brings a strange sense of peace. Each piece of crispy intestine, rich in the natural sweetness of the internal organs, reminds you of cozy family meals, where everyone shares joys and sorrows together. When the whole family gathers around a steaming pot of porridge, the laughter is bustling, simple but meaningful stories are told, as if connecting all members closer together, making time seem to stop, leaving only love and sharing. What is special about porridge hot pot is the delicate blend of simple ingredients that are not monotonous. Porridge is simmered from regular rice, adding a little fragrant sticky rice. The broth is sweet from well-boiled pork bones, no need to use MSG or seasoning powder. The smell of golden fried onions lightly sprinkled on the porridge, mixed with the billowing smoke, makes it difficult for anyone standing nearby to control their hunger. The tray of offal, heart, kidney, cartilage, and spare ribs is meticulously prepared, cut into bite-sized pieces, retaining the characteristic crunchiness when dipped in porridge, spreading an attractive flavor. The heart-shaped meat dish, the small piece of meat near the heart, soft and sweet, is a key dish that no one can ignore. Just need to be dipped until cooked. Dip in a little spicy green pepper, then eat in silence, enjoying every wonderful feeling that the taste buds bring. The accompanying raw vegetables are wild vegetables such as chrysanthemum greens, water spinach, green cabbage, enoki mushrooms, and indispensable perilla leaves, a special spice that creates a unique feature for porridge hot pot. Crispy fried dough sticks, although a side dish, are the star of the meal. When dropped into porridge, soaked in hot water, soft enough, chewy with the fragrant smell of frying oil, making people want to eat more and more. The dipping sauce is rich, from simple salt and pepper lemon to strong ginger fish sauce or spicy satay, depending on each person's taste, blending, making the dish even more attractive. The hot pot porridge meal in my family is not only a meal, but also an opportunity to connect, to tell everyday stories. The mother-in-law often tells stories about her youth. The father-in-law makes humorous jokes. The uncle sits and sips, listening to those stories with his eyes shining with joy. The children enthusiastically tell stories about school, new friends, childhood memories, and even naive crush stories. All blend together to create a warm, intimate atmosphere that no other dish can replace. Hot pot porridge is a traditional dish in the family, a dish of sharing and caring. Every weekend or when the weather is cold, my family sits together around a pot of steaming porridge to forget the fatigue, the troubles of life, so that only closeness and love remain. That is what makes me appreciate and love this dish more than anything. If you have never tried it, I recommend you choose a cold evening, invite your loved ones to eat hot pot porridge, or cook a pot yourself at home. The feeling of sitting to a hot pot of porridge, picking up a piece of intestine, slurping fragrant porridge, eating and telling stories, will make you feel life is strangely gentle and warm. The dish does not need to be elaborate, does not need to be luxurious, just need affection and connection, enough to create memorable moments. Hot pot porridge, a simple dish but full of affection, is a beautiful memory in everyone's heart, a place to keep family stories, a wonderful gift for cold winter days. Let this dish become a bridge, so that the love becomes closer and closer, so that every time the weather changes, you will remember the meals with a steaming hot pot of porridge and your loved ones by your side.